Welcome to the 7-minute gun review. I'm going to be talking a little bit about building a 6.5 Grendel AR-15. A lot of you guys out there want to build one and you don't know a whole lot about it. I personally don't know a whole lot about it myself. Let me get some light here. Let me just give you a rundown, a breakdown of how much this thing cost me to build. We're going to get a little bit into part 2 of the video. We're going to be getting into a little bit of the ballistics. So far, with the scope mount, the entire rifle that I've got in this build is roughly just under $600. Now, I've got the cost breakdown right here. It was $8.95 for shipping for the first round. I bought the 12-inch free-floated handguard, which you see right there. The 750 thousandths gas block, low profile, which was $8.99. And you can kind of see it right here. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to, the 18-inch Bear Creek Arsenal barrel. That's a heavy match-grade barrel. And it's this barrel right here that you can see. It's pretty heavy, and it weighed about 3 pounds. So it was actually a pretty hefty duty one. It was an 18-inch barrel. It's got 5/8 by 24 threads on it. It's $89.99. The bolt carrier group was $74.99. The commercial adjustable stock with the buffer tube assembly was $29.99, and that whole thing with shipping was $26.95. The entire total from here to here was $289.99, plus the lower parts kit. Let's see. The lower with the parts kit was $70. Or am I wrong about that? No. And the upper. Okay, hold on a second. The lower and the part, that's what it was. The lower parts kit was $70. The lower and the upper was $100. The upper was $40 with the stripped Anderson arms lower, and that wound up being $170. That's how that turned out. And when you add them together, that's $460 plus the cost of the scope rings and the scope. Now, this is a quote-unquote match-grade barrel, but it comes from the Bear Creek Arsenal. It's a 5R rifle barrel. Let me show you in the light so you can see. So you know that I'm not pulling your leg. And it's a 6.5 Grendel 5R 1 1/8 twist stainless steel. Now, the total cost of this rifle, like I said, including the scope, and that's a nice 6 to 20 power center point scope. They're very good scopes. You can get them at Walmart. I've got just under $600 in the entire build. Now, when I got the free floated handguard, it actually came with the nut that screws onto the front of the AR. There's so many videos on how to build these things that I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to give you the cost breakdown of a basic 6.5 Grendel. And I'm going to go into details why I chose the 6.5 round in the next video. But let me tell you with what I've got here. I went and bought this stuff right here. Blue Magic Metal Polish Cream for chrome, aluminum, and mag wheels. And the reason why I bought that is because I polished the inside of this barrel. I hand lapped the inside of my barrel before I assembled it. I took 100 strokes in and out with that polish right there. It started out as this light blue color that we have right here, and you can see it. It stinks. It smells like it has a really, really strong ammonia smell. Okay, but that's the color of the polish. And it started out that light sky blue color, and after about 100 strokes, it was black. So it actually polished down some of the burrs maybe some of the metal particles that were left over from the machining processes of machining the barrel. And after I did that, I gave it a very, very thorough cleaning of the barrel. Okay. Now, I went to the range yesterday. I'm going to show you the groupings that I got from it. I cannot believe this myself. Now, this is some of the wolf ammo that I used to sight it in with. And, of course, here's some of the Hornady match grade 6.5 Grendel. It's the 123 grain ELDs. Now, the tips on those are supposed to be for long range because they don't melt. Okay, here was my first grouping with the wolf ammo. It was everywhere. That's about a 3-inch group from here to here. About a 2.5-inch group, I would say. 2.5 to 3-inch group. And it's all over the place, but I kind of had a general idea after 4 shots where it was going to. I think I kind of pulled this first shot. These 3 right here were kind of my first grouping. And this was shot number 4. But I do think that I'm going to call this one. But this is about 1.5 inch group here. And that's not too bad for a 3-shot group. So I knew I was a little low, so I went a little higher, right? And when I went higher, I got about another, I'd say 1.5 inch group here. And like I said, that was with the wolf ammo. Now that I knew that I was in the ballpark, I made this my point of aim with the Hornady black 123 grain ELD match ammo. Now I've got from hole to hole 3 shots in a string in a 1/2 inch group. Now, of course, this was some more of the wolf ammo that I shot. This stuff's pretty expensive, and I really don't like shooting it just to plink. But when I got that grouping, I could tell that this thing was going to be a shooter. Now, I do need to get a what they call a muzzle brake and a crush washer. I have not installed that on there yet. And a guy at the range told me I was going to have to recrown my barrel because of what I did with the lapping compound going in and out of the barrel. But it shot a grouping like that. So I'm not too much worried about it. If it keeps shooting groups like that next week, and I'm going to do a part 2 to this video, then I'm going to go with that. But the 6.5 Grendel is about a 1/2 mile cartridge. It has the trajectory of the 308. It does not have the ballistics of the 308, but it does have the trajectory of it. I'm shooting roughly out of this 18-inch barrel. I'm shooting roughly 2450 to 2500 feet a second with this ammo right here. Now with a 24-inch barrel, I've heard of guys getting 2650 consistently with that ammo right there with the 24-inch barrel. I can't see going past the 18 or 20-inch barrel for an AR-15. I just can't see doing that. I can't see justifying that. I don't see how people can justify it. But either way, that's my first 3-shot group. And that's, of course, doing my dead level best. And I didn't pull any of them. And, of course, I shot a couple more here and one there with a wolf ammo. My point of aim being right here for this shot with the wolf. That wolf was really all over the place. Very, very inconsistent. I don't know why I couldn't get it to shoot. Anyhow, stay tuned for part 2.